What's up, YouTube fam? Today we are going to be talking about the cost of living in Green Valley Ranch, and we have a special guest with us, Kaori from Char Luxury Realty. She's going to be giving us some stats and the lowdown about the real estate market in Green Valley. So let's hop into the video. So before we hop into today's video, as always, we appreciate you guys watching. And if this is the first time that you're checking out our YouTube channel, we talk about everything Las Vegas, real estate, mortgage, finance. If that's what you're looking to learn, we've got you covered. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel, hit the bell so every single week that when we drop new videos, you get notified of all of our new content. Drop some comments below. We love to hear from every single one of you guys when you're asking questions about making your move, specific loan questions, real estate questions. We love helping you guys out with your home purchase or refinance. So like I mentioned, today we have Kaori with us. She's gonna be hopping into some stats all about Green Valley Ranch. So if you guys are thinking about buying, definitely pay attention because she's gonna give you the latest on the market. Kaori, how does Green Valley look right now?
Very active market, Sean. So Green Valley currently in our MLS system currently has 31 listings, and the median price is $555,555. 555.
Wow.
That's your number, Leo. 555. And obviously, you know, we look at the low and the high. So we've got minimum of 280,000 and the max of 1.7.
Wow.
Yep. And Henderson area is very interesting, and we talk about this a lot in our office. It's an emerging luxury market. So as you know, over the many years here in Las Vegas, Summerlin is the sought after luxury market, 1 million plus, right? You know, you see all these beautiful multi-million-dollar homes. There's a lot of new construction going on. But when I look at the January numbers, Sean, of the $1 million homes that were sold in January, actually over 38% was coming from Henderson compared to 33% in Summerlin.
Okay.
And also, I do want to also mention that Southern Highlands is an up and coming emerging luxury market with 3.7%. In other months, we even saw it close to as 8.9%. So again, it differs month to month.
Sure.
But Henderson, as you can see here, has over 38% of the 1 million plus homes sold in January.
When you say luxury market, what exactly defines a luxury market?
It's 1 million plus here in Las Vegas.
Okay.
But again, I mentioned this in a previous video with you, Sean. When we run our stats, sometimes we have to go as low as 700,000 to get that 10% here in Las Vegas. And again, $1 million home in Las Vegas is comparable to multi-million dollar homes in California.
In your opinion, why do you think maybe Henderson is taking over, maybe more popularity than Summerlin right now?
Absolutely, great question. So Summerlin, you know, it's obviously the first and the largest master plan community here in Las Vegas. Henderson, there's a lot of new construction and new communities that are popping up. Really popular communities right now are like McDonald Highlands, Ascaya, all these Blue Heron, all these new modern home builders are coming into our market, and they're building all these multi-million. And we're not just talking 1 or 2 million, we're talking $3, $4, $5 million homes.
Yeah, those homes are beautiful. If you guys haven't seen any Blue Heron homes, if you guys ever visit Las Vegas, these homes are super modern, super beautiful to look at. I mean, obviously, if you're in that price point, to me, that's one of probably the most desirable builders I think we have in town, other than if you go, you know, obviously a custom builder, you can build whatever you want, but Blue Heron is definitely making a name for itself here in Vegas.
Absolutely. And again, for all these people moving, especially from California, these homes are affordable luxury. And you know, we have obviously a lot of companies moving out here, so all these executives are looking for these beautiful homes, as well as athletes. Gotcha. Raiders, Golden Knights players.
In your chart, you had also mentioned that there is a price as low as 200. Is that a single family home? Is
Yes.
that a townhome? What exactly would that look
Yes.
like?
I ran the numbers for single family homes, and these are single family homes, and we can kind of look at the specs here. So for something as low as 240,000 in Green Valley, it'll get you a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, and it's approximately 1,600 square foot. And then just kind of looking at the median price here, 550-ish. we're looking at a 4-bedroom, 3-bath, and it's over 2,000 square foot. And then on the high end, we're looking at a 4-bedroom, 4-bath, Sean, with 4,500 square foot.
So on the low end, guys, if you're looking at about a $200,000 price range, your mortgage payment could probably run you maybe $1,200 a month, depending on your credit score, down payment, etc. But just as a ballpark, you're looking at maybe $1,200 a month for a mortgage payment for your own place, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, right? Now, we've had a lot of people comment from California, from back east, and they talk about how cheap it is. Guys, that is one of the most popular reasons why people are relocating here to Las Vegas. Now, when you come here, I think that's definitely the sticker shock in a good way, why a lot of people love looking at property and they end up purchasing. So, Kaori, if people are purchasing, right, they've got to factor in their down payment and everything else that they need to qualify for, which is what we look at. But property tax wise, on that $200,000 home, what does that roughly look like?
Yes, for that $240,000 home, we're looking at annual tax of only $1,060.
Wow.
And some communities within Green Valley don't have HOAs,
Okay.
so you don't have that additional HOA fees added on top of your monthly payment.
So for those that are watching, in HOA fees, your homeowners association, Cody, typically what does the HOA cover if they do have to pay one?
Absolutely. So it includes all sorts of, landscape management, security. Some HOA communities have their own pool, community pool, gym, fitness center. That's all included in the HOA. And again, gated with a guard or non-gated with a guard. Again, it's a preference, right? Some people prefer the super high security gated, guard gated entrances. Those are additional. And just to give you an example, with a guard gated, I'm seeing at least an additional 100 or 150 on top for just having that guard gated services.
And that's 24/7, right?
24/7.
So I mean, that's pretty cheap, I would think. Like you have definitely way more security than just a gate that people can tailgate others to get into the community, which we see quite often here in Vegas. So again, guys, when you guys are making your search or thinking about buying or even renting, these are the types of questions that we're going to ask you. These are the types of things that we would need to know so that way we can help you with your search. Because again, if you need that extra security, right, we need to look for that guard gated. Or if you're looking at buying and maybe you've got RVs, maybe you've got boats, maybe you've got all kinds of other toys and stuff that you just don't have maybe the room at your house for, that you need to either leave in your driveway or in your garage or whatever that may be, you cannot be in an HOA because most HOAs are not going to let you keep that stuff outside. So that's where when we can find out that information of what you're looking for, everything that you're going to be needing, we can help you with your search because homes are moving quickly here in Las Vegas. Kaori, how fast do you see some of these properties that get listed, that they're selling for, and how many offers are you seeing on some of these properties that you're negotiating for your clients?
Absolutely, and again, I always tell my sellers, if the price is right, Sean, we're seeing multiple offers and we're seeing in the tens, right? So we're seeing 10, sometimes even up to 20 offers, qualified offers for a listing, and usually within 24, 48 hours.
Wow.
Usually, us as realtors, we like to list it on a Thursday or Friday to get that weekend showings and weekend traffic. I mean, we've got back-to-back showings. Looking at Showtime, the app that we use, it's all blocked out.
Wow.
So you can't even get a showing for your client.
Yeah. So guys, again, that's another thing to keep in mind, right? When you're moving here, the thought of, hey, I want to go out and look at property first and then decide if I, want to get qualified, that doesn't work right now, right? That's not the market we're in. If you're going to think about purchasing and if you're not paying cash, you have to get your financing done up front, because by the time you go look at a house, by the time you hopefully contact us to get your financing done, and then you get us your paperwork and we complete your application, that house could easily be sold and you're going to miss out on the opportunity. So if you guys are maybe making a trip to Vegas in the next month or in a few weeks, call us ahead of time. Let's get you approved. Let's get your financing in place, because the approval is good for 4 months. So even if you come out to Las Vegas and you're not buying a house that weekend, or maybe in the next 30, 60 days, the approval is good for 4 months. We can have you ready to go. That way, if you do find something, you have the confidence that you can get the financing and you can make an offer on the home, because like Kaori said, there are sometimes up to 20 offers on homes. People are offering like crazy out here. And I can tell you, because I have licenses in 17 other states, it's like that all across the country.
Absolutely.
Everywhere, from Montana to Florida to Georgia, everywhere. It's super busy no matter where. So if you guys are looking at buying, make sure you get your ducks in a row. Now, I've even heard that on the rental side,
Yes.
it's that busy. Is that true?
Yes, 100%. Very low inventory on the rental side. And again, a lot of people moving here from out of state, Sean, they want to rent first to really understand what Vegas lifestyle is all about, right? They want to make sure they like that area. In particular, we're talking about Green Valley, great schools there. They want to make sure that, they want to do their research before they want to buy. So the rental market is very active. And currently, single family homes rentals, there's only 15 available. First
In
of
all
all,
of Green Valley?
All of Green Valley.
Wow.
So we're talking Green Valley South, and Green Valley Ranch. That whole area, there's only 15 available. The median price is $2,500 per month. The low is $1,700, and the max is $5,500.
Wow.
So you can see that there's obviously that small to large price difference there. And again, rental for $2,500, Sean.
That's a house.
That's more than a house.
That's a mortgage payment, guys. Even on the low side, $1,700. That's a mortgage payment. That probably can get you almost $300,000 to purchase a home. So you guys are talking mortgage payments, even if you're not ready to buy and you need to rent, and that's totally fine, right? We want to be able to help you guys maybe get adjusted, figure out, hey, is Henderson or Green Valley the right place for me? But those are mortgage payments at the end of the day.
Absolutely, absolutely. So again, you're getting a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,450 square foot for about $1,700.
Okay.
In the Green Valley Ranch currently.
Another thing that you have to consider when you're making your move here to Las Vegas is registering your car at the DMV. Right now, due to COVID, the DMV has actually a wait list of about, I think it's 5 to 6 months out to register your car, get a new license and all that good stuff. So I think if you guys are gonna be, you're coming to Vegas and you're gonna be staying here for a while, definitely go to the DMV website here in Las Vegas. Try to schedule an appointment out if you need to, because those are some of the things that you definitely have to do while you make your transition here to Vegas. But I will warn you and caution you that registering your car here in Las Vegas is typically a little higher than a lot of other states that we've come across. I just registered my vehicle. It's a 2019 Audi A8. I ended up paying a little over $1,500 to register my car. My girlfriend registered her Jeep. It was a brand new car. I think she paid a little over $30,000, I think, for the car, and I think her registration was almost $700. So I know California, if you're moving here, if you have a luxury car, be prepared to pay a little more for your car registration. I know some other states like Texas, they are a little cheaper. So remember, that's one of the trade-offs. We don't have state income tax. So I think for the state to obviously generate some revenue, that's going to be one of the places that they're going to do it. So if you have a higher end car, be prepared to pay a little more for your car registration. Another pro to purchasing and owning property here in Las Vegas is that our property taxes are typically a little cheaper than a lot of other places. Kaori, what do you see on your side as far as property taxes go?
Absolutely. So our average in Nevada, Las Vegas, is about 0.53%. So compared to that, and we always want to compare to the national average, and California, national average is about 1.07. Okay. So we're definitely significantly lower than that. And then California currently averages 0.73. So compared to that, again, where you're saving money on your property taxes, there's other costs that you could,
No state income tax.
No state income tax. That's the biggest one. I mean, everyone's moving here because there's no state income tax.
Now, if you're relocating from Texas, you're gonna definitely appreciate property taxes. We've done some deals in Texas recently, and I think you're looking at over 2% in some instances for property taxes, right? So again, Texas is another state that doesn't have state income tax,
right?
But to pay, 2% towards your property taxes, that's super high compared to what we have here in Las Vegas. So I think we get lucky when it comes to that.
Yes.
But obviously, as prices increase, I'm sure, property taxes start to, trend to tick upwards a little bit. So Obviously, the sooner you can get into a property, the better. So because inventory is super tight right now on the resale market, I've seen a lot of buyers ask questions about potentially new builds. So Kaori, give us a difference between new build and resale in terms of prices right now. What are you seeing?
Absolutely, and you're absolutely right. The resale market, because the inventory is so low, people can't find what they want, right? So, I'm with my clients touring and, based on the requirements, we go look at a house, but maybe that house is really old, or maybe it's worn down, or maybe there's so many things to get fixed that it doesn't make sense to add an additional 30, 50K into that resale home. So people are looking into new construction. So new construction, everyone, is obviously a new build. All these developers are coming here, and there's so many new construction projects going on. It didn't stop during COVID, maybe slight delays, but all these builders are building nonstop. And you hear construction noises everywhere you go, right, Sean? I mean, everywhere, even in our neighborhood, it's like constantly new construction. So as far as prices, I think you could find prices in different tiers, the low, mid, and high. And just looking at Henderson, there's some entry-level new construction homes starting in the 300s. And then you go up, obviously on the higher end, like the Obsidian, Blue Heron project, that starts at over 2 million.
Gotcha.
But a lot of things that people don't understand, and we talk about in our previous video, Sean, is that in new construction, you go see the model homes, and all these model homes are stunning, right? I mean, they've got their top designers, top finishes, all these beautiful fixtures. But what you don't understand is that there's optional upgrades on top of the base price. So it'll say new construction starting at 300, but then you don't realize that there's an additional maybe 20 to 30% on optional upgrades that are included in these model homes.
Gotcha. And is it true that you can negotiate maybe for some credits towards some of the upgrades?
Absolutely. So usually with new construction, and again, you guys have to watch our videos because we talk about all these topics, and I want to just mention that because we just talked about this. Is it a good idea to hire a realtor to represent you for new construction? And the answer is absolutely.
Right, absolutely.
Because we're here to basically fight for you and your wishes, right? We're here to negotiate on your behalf. It's much easier to have somebody represent you, and you bring that topic, right? Like, in a legal battle, right? Do you want to represent yourself? Probably not, right? You want someone professional, experienced, knowledgeable to represent you, and that's exactly the case for new construction as well.
Gotcha.
And so usually, and again, it depends on the builder, but there's not that much room to negotiate on the base price. However, on the design credits, and those are the optional upgrades I talked about, you usually want to put in anywhere from, we're seeing an average of 10 to 20%. That's where we'll negotiate and maybe request for a credit instead of negotiating the price for the base price.
Gotcha. So guys, definitely keep that in mind, right? So when you guys are going to a new build, again, if you guys aren't familiar with Vegas, you're going to be visiting town, you want to go look at some of these properties, send me a text, send me an email. That's where we can help you. We can get you set up with one of our top agents like Kaori, where she can get you into some of these new builds. And if it's something that you guys truly like and you wanted to make an offer, she can negotiate for you guys, right? If you haven't seen any of our videos before, go back to our channel, check out some of the videos that we've talked about using a real estate agent, the benefits of an agent, because if you didn't know that you can negotiate for your credits, that's money that you're gonna spend out of your pocket, right? And again, if she said if you're spending an extra 10 to 20% on top of the base price, if you're looking at $300,000-400,000, right? That's an extra $30,000, $40,000 plus dollars that you're gonna have to spend. Either you have to come out of pocket, or you're financing that into your mortgage, right? So these are all things that are gonna be added costs that maybe you might not be aware of, that when you go into contract on a builder, and if you don't have representation, you might not know what you're getting yourself into. And I can tell you this, I have just saved 2 deals last week that came from a builder that those buyers did not have representation, and they went into the deal themselves.
Right.
So now my team is having to save these 2 buyers and help them with their financing to get them over the finish line. So guys, this is why we do these videos. We're giving you the ins and outs and all the things that you need to be thinking about when you're looking at buying. We want to help you guys with the purchase. Make sure that you're not going to get, not necessarily taken advantage of, but making decisions that maybe you weren't aware that maybe some of these options are available. So again, keep in mind on new builds, you're going to take into account all the design and all the upgrades. don't get focused on the base price, because there's going to be options that's going to go into that. And then also there's closing costs, right, that you guys can also negotiate for as well.
Absolutely, absolutely. And a lot of these new construction and new home builders, they have, mortgage partners just like yourselves that would basically help on the closing costs. And that could vary from 1% to 2%. But any additional, right, funds coming from the builder is a negotiation point for us.
Yeah.
And those are the things that, especially as a first home buyer, you don't know to ask these questions, right, Sean? And I think that's where we come into play, because we understand what we can negotiate on your behalf. Those are the things that we definitely want to take advantage of.
And guys, closing costs, that's another thing to take into account, right? When you purchase a home, you got your down payment, then you got your closing costs. So if you don't know what to negotiate for, how much you can ask for, those are all the things that having an agent by your side, working with us as your lender, we can help you figure out what those numbers are. Because again, if you know that your closing costs on a $350,000 home might run you maybe $7,000-8,000, but in your head you only asked for $5,000, you might have left money on the table that you didn't know that was there, right? So that's where getting with an agent or working with a reputable lender, someone who's going to be there to hold your hand, walk you through the process, and let you know how much credits that you can get or you can ask for. These are all the things that we want to, again, protect you guys, help you guys with, so that way we're taking into account all the costs and everything that goes into buying a home.
Absolutely. And with new construction, at these model homes, Sean, you see these beautiful landscaping and pools in the backyard, and you're like, wow, does it come?
I want that. I want that.
But does it come with the new build? No, unfortunately, that's all additional.
You get a dirt lot.
You just get a dirt lot. And if you have pets like myself, obviously you just need to fix it up, right?
Yep.
And that's an additional cost. So just to give you a reference, and again, the prices are going up, especially with building new pools. Back in the days, I think you were able to get a nice or decent pool, entry level, 30 to 50K. I think that price has gone up to 50 to 75K starting.
Wow.
And if you want something nice, you're looking at 100K. If you want the same model and the same design as in the models that you see at these beautiful new construction model homes, you're looking at 150K.
Wow. And guys, I think that's another thing to keep in mind. When you buy a new build, the backyard is not going to be finished. And I believe some of these HOAs, right, they have, as a homeowner, you have to put in a backyard, right? You have to have some sort of landscaping within a certain amount of time, right?
Absolutely. Some HOAs have those requirements.
So again, these are all the fine print things that you have to be aware of, because imagine you buy a brand new home, you fall in love with your place, but it's at the top of your budget, right? You spent money on the upgrades, maybe a little more than what you wanted, and now all of a sudden you forgot or you didn't know that you have to put some sort of landscaping into your backyard within a certain amount of time, right? And maybe you might not have the money to do that.
Right.
So guys, these are, again, all the things that come up. Buying a home can be emotional. You make decisions, things move fast, right? You're relocating from California or wherever. You're selling your house, you're buying a house, and you're trying to get your kids into school and get your job going.
Yes.
I mean, you've got a million things on your plate that you can easily overlook, some of these items that could literally come back to bite you in the butt, right? 6 months, a year down the road.
Yes.
Now, if a new build is not what you're looking for and you fall in love with some of these resale homes and maybe the whole HGTV concept of renovating your house, and you want to take that project on, mortgage lenders, we do have the ability to finance the cost of the repairs into a home. So it is called a renovation loan. If you guys are shopping around and if you're using FHA financing and renovation's your thing, you want to ask your lender to go over a 203K loan. That's what FHA has to offer. Or if you're using conventional financing, it's called a home style renovation loan. And some lenders even offer VA renovation financing. So if you guys are talking to your lender and you want to go the renovation route, lenders do have the ability to finance the cost of the repairs into the mortgage. So like you were mentioning, Cody, if you're out and you're shopping around, maybe you love the overall layout of the house, but it is dated, right?
Yes.
You got to redo the kitchen, the cabinets need to go, the flooring needs to go. You can actually finance the cost of all that stuff into your mortgage and purchase a home. So renovation financing is actually a really, really good program. especially in markets like today where there's limited inventory, because some of these homes that people will pass up on because it's going to take another 20, 30 grand to fix it up and get it to exactly what you want. You do have those options.
Wow.
So again, guys, if you guys are out there shopping and buying a house is your dream, your goal, we have so many different programs that we can take a look at to help you with your financing, help you with the renovation, get you in touch with the right real estate agent. So that way, again, we have everything protected. We've got you covered. And that way you can make home ownership a reality for yourself.
Sean, this is really interesting because I actually didn't know about this renovation loan that you're mentioning, and you could put that into your mortgage.
Yep.
Wow, is there a
One mortgage.
One mortgage. Is there a maximum amount, or what kind of numbers are you seeing with these renovations?
For the most part, a lot of people will do the basics, which could be, flooring, paint, appliances, kitchen cabinets, countertops, bathrooms. Those are usually the big ticket items that a lot of people want to do.
Right.
With home style renovation, you can actually put a pool into the backyard as well.
Wow.
FHA doesn't allow you to put a pool, but on a conventional renovation loan, you can actually do that.
Wow.
I've never had a client put a pool in, but for the most part, again, the most common thing is they get into the house, they love the bones, they love everything about it,
right.
But it's just, they've got the blue carpet, right? They got those oak cabinets from the 90s,
right.
When the builders were building out here in Vegas that, hey, if I can get new cabinets, countertops, maybe upgrade the windows, things like that, put some solar in, or maybe
right.
get a new, HVAC unit.
Yep.
All those things can be financed into the renovation.
That's fantastic. I know you just touched on solar. I have a lot of clients that have or wants to put a solar on their roof. And again, Vegas, we have over 300 days of sunny sunshine. Yep. And so your basically bill could be less than $10 a month.
Yeah. So guys, there's so many different options. Probably too much to keep going and sharing all this in one video today, but that sums up the cost of living in Green Valley Ranch. We've talked about buying, we've talked about renting, we've gave you some in and outs on the DMV, what it's going to cost to register your car. And as always, we're going to talk real estate. So if you guys have specific questions, don't forget to comment below. Send me a DM, send me a text. I love hearing from every single one of you guys and answering your questions. And I'm super excited. A lot of you are going to be making the move here in the next 6 months to a year. So I can't wait to maybe meet some of you and help you with your home purchase. And as always, I appreciate the love, subscribing to our channel. And as always, guys, we'll see you on the next one.